I just want to review where we are standing currently for CSIM after our round three. So certainly Team Green and Team Red are doing very well. Red, from a profit perspective, definitely heads and tails above everyone else at the $1.4 million range. But do notice that blue is creeping up on everyone. Definitely has a positive profit for this round, which is awesome. Some good changes that were made, and we can see some of the things that have gone well for us this week. So I'm looking forward to reviewing this with you guys. So nice job, Amber and Kristen. I saw that you submitted your results for Team Blue this week, and definitely great job in thinking this through to get you out of the red. So as we look at the balance sheet, certainly for liabilities and equity, just that balance of where we're currently at. Team Red is at 4.8, Team Green 2.5, and Blue 1.2. I think a better highlight for this, though, is looking at our costs and our profit for the round. So Team Green, while they did very well from a revenue perspective, did invest a little bit more and spent a little bit more this time over last. Certainly a lot more in the research and design. So that's why you took a hit on profit. That's certainly not a bad thing. I think you just went all in to invest in some more technology or some production. It looks a little bit on production, but mostly I think on research and design. So nice job with that. I'm just going to take a quick peek at the ratios. Looking at the ratios now, because you all have a profit, your return on capital is in the plus range and definitely looking very well. Return on equity is at where it's at. Blue, I think your return on equity may be NA. There's a couple reasons for that. Might be NA. It might be a loan amount that you still have out to pay, or it might just be your production hasn't exceeded, your production and your facilities haven't exceeded what your sales and revenue have been. So I'm not 100% sure on that, but we'll take a look and see if we can find it as we keep moving forward. Market reports, take a look at market reports. This usually tells us a lot here. So from a market share perspective, 55% for red, which I think is an increase over last week for sure. And then Team Green, 26% market share. Team Blue is taking some market share with 17%. Still has 100% of the Tech 4, and then 13 and 18% for Tech 1 and Tech 2. So certainly you made some adjustments in those areas. So if we take a look at this, Team Green a little bit high yet on Tech 2. Team Blue can come down on Tech 2 as well for the United States. And you may even be able to bring this green down a little bit, but otherwise you're nobody else is competing with Tech 4, so you're okay there. And then the only issue is you might have somebody who buys Tech 2 instead of Tech 4 because of the price. So make sure you kind of keep that in mind as well, because consumers do make decisions on price and which they pick. So if it costs too much, that might be something you want to pay attention to. So looking at Asia production prices too for your phones, everybody's pretty close here. Team Green, I might bring this down just a little bit, and same with Tech 2, and Team Blue, your Tech 2 is too high. You need to bring that down as well. Same for in Europe. Again, 600 euros for a phone is not the same as 600 US dollars for a phone, so it's quite a bit more. You need to bring those prices down in line. And then likewise for Team Red, 170 euros to your 320. You probably could bring that red, your Tech 1 phone prices up a little bit so that you have a little bit of a greater profit margin there. It's pretty low. Definitely you're competing with one another, so make sure you keep in mind what everybody else is charging and get those prices as close to possible. That will help your market share and make you more competitive. So looking at overall manufacturing, certainly in Asia, the red team is manufacturing a lot. Your capacity utilization for Team Blue and Team Red in Asia is 100% or more. So Team Blue, you don't have enough capacity in Asia now, so you may want to look at adding some contract manufacturing if you made that adjustment last week. or building a facility potentially. I don't know if you'll have facilities coming about for next round. It doesn't look like it. Well, it does actually. You have one under construction in Asia, so that will help you as well. And then one coming up, so that'll help you with your production in Asia too. But we do need to work on utilization in the United States. It is low for everybody, so we have way too many production facilities in the United States, or using too much contract manufacturing. So I'm just going to take a look at the contract manufacturing. So for the red team in the United States, I would remove this because your utilization is very low in the US. So I don't think you need the contract manufacturing there anymore. As far as though Asia, you were pretty high there, so you may want to keep the Asia contract manufacturing unless you're getting a lot more facilities. Well, you are, so maybe I would take that down a notch then, the contract manufacturing for Asia as well, because you do have production facilities coming in that will give you more capacity. And then looking at average logistics and costs sold, the only thing that I don't see anything here that I would worry about cost-wise. And Asia outsourcing for the blue team is costing you a little bit. So when you look at where you're at, I think I would keep it though, because I think if I look back at your production, Asia was where you were 100% utilized. So right now I think I would keep that where it's at. So I wouldn't worry too much about that cost that you're spending on outsourcing, because I think you needed it this round. All right, so we only have 3 more rounds left, so we are narrowing down on a quick finish here. I'm just going to move to round 4, and I'm going to go to decisions. Sorry, area. I'm going to switch this to round 4. We'll just take a look at what we've got going on this week. So the war is over and oil exports have returned to normal levels. There are other news impacting the demand of handsets. It's already become a standard that passengers can freely use mobile phones on airplanes, but now there's a suspicious case regarding an airplane crash in southern China. The plane had crashed immediately after takeoff, but luckily the casualties were limited. Some of the survivors said that they had seen a mobile handset exploding while a passenger was using it intensely for video conferencing. This event was widely published, and it's said to tame the markets on new handsets. In the United States, demand for handsets is expected to decrease by 3%, and Asia by about 7%. So your demand levels may be decreasing this week, so pay attention to that. Your transportation costs diminished by approximately 6% of the price of oil takes corrective downward action, so that's nice. Your transportation costs will come back in line, and then production costs are expected to remain constant. And then your outsourcing capacity continues to rise, so if you need it, use it, but I don't know that a whole lot of you needed it. Potentially Team Red in Asia, that might be the only place, but I think you have some buildings coming up, so you may not need it at all, but just in case. So that's about it for this next round, so good luck. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.